Hey guys, Chomsky here. Um, just want to do a quick video. I was asked about, hey, like, what do I like? I have energy. What do I do with it? And really, I think it's going to be. I don't want to give you a super generic answer, but it's going to be very cliche, and it really just depends on your account. I mean, like here, I just logged in because it's reset, and I got the 400 energy um, because yeah, that's what happens. So what am I gonna do with it? And really, I'm just gonna do my dailies. Um, I'm gonna do my Iron Twins. Just go ham with it, and this should be relatively quick. So I'm gonna quickly go through 120 energy. So all right, cool. I now have 280 energy from that. What am I gonna do? And yeah, at my stage right now, what I'm going to be doing is just doing minnow. Um, yeah, like I have Fabian. He's not fully mastered. I don't know if I really want to get him fully mastered. I I think we could be smart about some things, and I would like to be smart about a lot of things, but we could be smart about some things. And if you're going to be having a champ that is really just kind of singular, that's going to be really narrow in the compositions, you don't need to go fully on board and getting every scroll for the masteries. So if you're going to be farming it, like really just pay attention to how many scrolls you need and go nuts. So like I'm fairly certain, and I'll show you. I don't know if I'm gonna go absolutely ham with Fabian scrolls. So um, with my nukers, with my attack based champs, I want them to have tier 6 attack scrolls, and attack. Um, but do I really need them in support or healing? I may not. If they're just straight up attack, then okay, cool. I'm gonna go that way, and then that saves me um, minimally uh, 350 red scrolls, or I'm sorry, 200 scrolls. So that means quick. Chomsky's not good with math here, so 200 divided by 8 is geez, 25. Um, roughly about 25 battles in Minnow. You know, um, that's energy, man. That 25 energy, what is it, 16? So 25 by 16. Again, utilizing the powers of a calculator. Um, or I'm sorry, that's 14. That's 350 energy, man. That's at least 3 pods of energy that you save. So yeah, I'm being very mm, efficient with my energy these days, um, and I'm just wanting to conserve as much as I can, because we know we have hard faction wars coming up. So don't know what that entails. I'm sure that there's going to be some champs that are going to be dusted off and really just yeah, they're going to be used again. So they may need to get masteries and rebuild. So that's going to be fun, but we want to be mindful of that. So there, just took a quick 120 there, and because I'm here, let's do this. We still have the 2x going on there, and we're not in CVC. A 1-star creatine that's going to get sold. Um, yeah, but so yeah, 379 energy. What am I doing? Um, I talked about Fabian, so let's do that up. Cool. So I have him in a 9-piece feral, and we do have artifact enhancement, so I could bump this up. Um, awesome. Landing and speed. Um, yeah, so I still have some work here that can be done. And really, I'm going to get deterrence because I want him to go as many times as possible, right? And then I also want oppressor because he's going to be bumping out all the debuffs. So great, cool. There's 350, and then here's 200. So, all right, let's go back to it. And what did I say earlier? Like, let's not fully master and save some energy. Like, master hexer doesn't do anything. Like, it's not going to extend true fear or fear, right? Sniper, it's not going to increase the chances of fear or true fear. So that's pointless, right? I want deterrence. Um, again, going against Armands, if I lose that speed race, yada yada yada, okay. Do I really need retribution? Like, I don't, like I really don't. This could be really good because I see Fabian as a PvP champ, and we all know that crit hits matter more in PvP than it does in PV in player versus enemy PvE. So I may get this, I may not. Um, then like I don't want him taking any anything, so that's fine. Um, so again, as I was saying, I want to if I could shave off that 350 energy or so, um, I'll toss that somewhere else. You know, like yeah. Another champ, if you don't need, oh well, that's a bad example. Like I I I feel like there's some champs that you just want to have them fully booked and raise another one. I really just want to get down to Helm Smasher. You know, that's it. Giant Slayer's kind of cool too, just because she's AoE. But like, I don't know. I mean, moments beforehand, I I, I finally blessed my Ray with a 6-star blessing. So she's kind of hot to trot for me. And just thinking about hard faction wars, just one of those champs. Um, I don't have her fully booked at all just because I don't feel the need for it. Like, really, I want her going in. I'd have Odin with her um, in live arena or arena, and Odin's gonna stun everybody, so I don't need the banish right away. I could definitely do Arcane Wave as the A2, lead with that. And all of her hits are or AoEs. So there is potential to put her in stun set. Haven't done that yet because I don't have good stun set. So that goes back to, hey dude, what are you wasting your energy in? I'm saving my dungeon. I was gonna save my dungeon divers. I didn't. I just want to get the primal court. Uh, so I did a boatload of ice golem today. When I had to step away, I just had it running, and I just want the quartz and the stuff at an ice golem isn't the worst. I mean, I don't mind getting cursed or provoke. Retaliation's one of those very niche sets that I don't mind getting. I it When I find a piece that actually works for my champs, that's sweet. That 15% chance, that sometimes that comes in clutch. I'm a big fan of it. Um, Spider, I'm not really doing too much of like right now. I'm doing it for the events, for dungeons, double dipping events. Um, but really, I don't want any of this because what I really, really want are those special pieces where the one-offs could really benefit, like pinpoint, feral, protection. I really want that stuff because that could really elevate my boys and my gals. Dragon, like right now, I'm really just looking for toxic. I have my Lydia and Chimera, and there's that dumbass Chimera um, trial that for Viper, I think. It's all about poison and the poison's dealing damage. So I have my Lydia and poison, and it's annoying. It's a slog. It's a slog. So like it's just something, and I really can't stand it. I really hate it, and I should put in others, but I don't because I am obtuse. But yeah, that goes. I continuing on. I'm fishing for toxic here. Um, Speed is always nice, but really this has kind of fallen down a lot because of protection and other sets, um, as well as perception. Like you're going to be forging more and more. Like perception's, I think, better because I want accuracy rather than just speed. Um, Fire Knight is still good. I mean, Savage is top notch. Regeneration is there too, especially if you need Sand Devil stuff like to get Godseeker and Ninja and or others. Stun could be fun. Again, we got to think about Faction Wars and Doom Tower and stuff like that, as well as Curse City. Stun could be really useful for some of the champs. So don't discount that. Um, yeah, these four are just basically trash. I'm not really using Fury anywhere. Um, my Nogdar has one, I think. Uh, curing, curing could be good, but really, I'd rather have protection. Immunity's dumb. That's basically just it's a block debuff that comes out there that could be wiped. You know, shield is useful, but it's a four piece, and that's big, man. Um, give me Stone Skin instead. You know, um, yeah, it's 3 turns you get a shield, but Stone Skin's for 2 turns or 1 turn. Give me that instead. So really, I'm only saving if it's stun or savage. Regeneration again, very niche, but like a 15% heal, that's not sexy enough for me. So going into Sand Devil, I really just do that during those events of Sand Devil. That's where I go nuts and I try to max that out because I need dust. And more importantly, I need these medium oils. Like you see, there's a pretty big discrepancy here of 79,000 to 400 to 2K. That like those mediums are huge. So I'm looking forward in Curse City, looking forward in events. If I could get it, I want them. That's really what I'm jonesing for. As well as Dust. I only have 29. Uh, Dust is so imperative. Like, speed boots, gloves. Like I want my crit damage gloves to have crit damage. And same thing over here. I have I have done a horrible job with extracts for my accessories. So there haven't been too many events of Shogun, but I'm really just trying to save my energy when I see it out there of, hey man, a Shogun event, I'm going nuts. You know, I don't have enough powder here. So it's annoying, but really, this is another area that I'm going to toss my time into, or correction, my energy into, and I'm okay with that. Like so for my account as is, like I'm paying attention to those events, you know, in all reality, paying attention to these events like Dungeon Divers. If I was really intrigued by this, it's 200. I just got in there. I'm at 26, 23. I'm looking at maybe another 500, 600 energy to get in there. Like, is it worth a fifth of a medium stone? I no. I mean, like, no. I have 8 hours left on the 2x. It's not going to get me closer, and I just did my Iron Twins, so I don't really foresee myself selling anything here. Maybe my Tomb Lord, but even then, that's not going to get me enough to get a medium. Um, so I think I'm okay on that. So I may just go into Minnow and I'll grab some scrolls. Right now I got Fabian. I got a few champs on the docket that I want to work on and have fun with. Um, and and yeah, just to have a mess around with. Like yeah, so my advice to that uh, is mark your champions, the ones that you need to get scrolled, because as we know, we just get heavily inundated with champs. So like for me, those that are marked with a 3 are ones that are either naked, um, or that they have gear that's not 100%, or they have masteries that need to be done. So the 3 is my attention. So it's just one of those. Um, Additionally, like, there is that dwarf that I've been messing around with in arena, and he's a fun one. Like he's not the worst by a stretch, but he does need a lot of support. So if you have him just as a solo dude, you're going to be disappointed. But if you have him with Odin in arena, he's a lot of fun. Let me see if I could take him out actually. So like this is a rough one. This is going to be a rough one too, but we'll see. Like usually I have Sigfriend as just the backup. Um, but we'll see here. And the whole idea here is a strip from Odin to everybody here. Stoneskin really sucks it up, and this ain't gonna work. But just to have a freeze out there, and yeah, but this is gonna fail because the block debuff. So that's fine, and that sucks. So it's okay. I tried with him. So I got to be really niche with it, and that's kind of the sucky part of having uh, Fjord is that the dude needs that support, whereas other mythicals can kind of be a standalone. Like right here, it's okay. Uh, you know, just fine. Um, he does a double attack, and again, it's okay. Just honestly, sometimes it doesn't work. It's a 50-50 stone skin and what have you. That kind of gets bumped in there. So, like this, I don't want to waste that. I don't think I'm going to kill him straight up, but it's fine. Yeah, I already did that stuff. So, now the fun one with that is that, yeah, he revives. But that's fine. I got it. It just took me a little bit more time, and he's wrong affinity, but it's okay. So, let's take him in one more here. Let's try this. I think I got smoked by him before, but whatever. Like, I don't mind losing, is what I'm getting at. So, like, when I think about champs to rework or need to rework, like, this is definitely some of it too. Like, why did that lose? And really, it's a stone skin 50-50. So, would I have done better if, like, just the thought process, like, oh, hey, man, is everything else looking good? Um, so on and so forth. Like, this one, Marius is going to get me, just because he had that block debuff by Necrit. So, it's okay. That is a really hmm. uh but yeah, so taking that into account, like, hey, what does that mythical need? The small dwarf dude, like, what does he really need? And in masteries, he needs accuracy, right? And I want him to go fast. Like, oppressor is becoming one of my favorites. um Yeah, I because I feel like I have so many attack based champs that is it really necessary to get yet another attack based champ ignoring defense? Maybe not. Give me, yeah, give me more turn meter. Um, I felt like that this game is basically speed, and we're getting back to that meta. When Empress starts dropping from people, it's gonna be a weird one just because Empress could convert Stone Skin. So that stalling mechanism, that's gonna really suck for a lot of people that invested so much time and energy into Stone Skin. and or champs like Fulmond. Do I? He's secret. It's also because he's not a mythical. Like this guy in Stone Skin, where you keep him super slow, and then he deals more damage. Like yeah, where are you? Um, yeah. So you get him as slow as you can, because after 10 turns he gains 100% more damage, and really there's no cap here. So like it could go even more and more. So this is the least amount of Stone Skin speed I have, and for him to go collectively at 111, that's okay. He's not crit capped or anything like that. I do have him fully maxed out, but the point is, like, there's some champs that may not necessarily be all the way maxed, and that's fine. So long-winded, holy moly, simple question. Hey, dude, what are you tossing your extra energy into? And here I am. I go on this ramble of um, of uh, you know, basically tossing it in minnow to dungeon seeking and all that fun stuff. And I don't think there's been a defined answer. Um, Aside from it matters to whatever your account needs. Like here, I need silver. Um, so I could run spider. Um, in a pinch, I guess I could be running um, potion keeps. I don't want to. Like, I only have 31 and 79 and 14. Like that's kind of low, but that's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay living on that edge. So really just gonna be minnow for a bit, but don't don't use my account as a barometer to yours, because it's all gonna be different. You know, um, what I may say sucks right now doesn't mean that it's not gonna help you out. Additionally, we want to make sure that the equipment that we have makes sense, right? So in a speed set, what you ideally want is more speed, right? Because that's the name of the game. Um, having accuracy in here, that's great. That's fine. Like this one, it didn't turn out how I wanted it, but a triple crit damage with minimal speed and accuracy, like that's fine. I'll take that crit damage with minimal speed. I won't put on my fastest champ, but I could use that. With crit damage, I want to get crit damage in here at one point or another. Like this one sucks. I kept this because I needed something to go to 16, and this was at 15. So I'll sell it, but ideally I want crit damage or crit rate. I want those complementary, like, stats with it too. Like this one sucks. I only get attack and accuracy. If this defense was speed, I'd be this would be awesome. But it's okay. Like I don't have much accuracy here because I want triple or more. Like that's a lot of accuracy, you know? Um, with lifesteal, I want damage, to be busted out there. Um, Speed is neat, because again, I only heal when I'm dealing damage, so I need to crank that out. Fury don't really use days. Like I don't know why I kept this. Um, I also have an irrational fear that they're gonna redo days, and I don't want to be stuck with that cursed free work again. Um, Notoriously, I had sold a lot of my cursed stuff, um, like 2 days before it was announced that they were reworking it, and I kicked myself for it. So I'm hanging on to some pieces, but really I'm not. Like cursed, I basically just want speed, speed and accuracy. Frost, I want that. I want this to be really tanky. So I'm gonna want HP. I'm gonna want defense. I'm gonna want stuff because I need to withstand an attack. So really, that's the name of the game. Frenzy, again, I'm only hanging on to it because I'm concerned that they may rework it, and I want to have some decent stuff. You know, is defense a good barometer for this? Not really, but it has speed, it doubled in crit damage, and there's accuracy, so that's why I have it. Regeneration, I I don't know. I really I need a gear cleanse, but like with regeneration, I need speed, I need HP percentage. I want to get that because this is only procking when it's my turn. With relentless, I'm all over the map. Like, here's a really dumb set here, and frankly, I shouldn't be keeping this. Um, Having one in speed and then a resistance in HP, like flat HP, bogus. Um, ones across the board, eh. Maybe for an HP champ in a pinch, maybe on an epic, but not for my Legos. So like I'm in a pinch there. Like here's a defense piece. It just has crit damage and crit rate. Okay. For Savage, like here's a 5-star with crit rate and attack. This is borderline sellable, and the reason why is I'm ignoring 25% damage. I'm sorry, 25% defense. I want to crank that out as much as I can. I want to slam crit damage. I want to slam attack or defense. Something along those lines. Having crit rate here, meh. Try to do better. Like here, I get crit damage for an HP nuker. This is okay. 14% still a lot, and to basically get 3 6s here, okay, that's fine. You know, um, Stun. I'm really just wanting speed and accuracy. Um, attack is fine, but really just speed because I want to be able to get going. And then Toxic, again, the stats have to make sense. So like on my Lydia, this could be good. Like here, I bought this from the shop, and I don't know how well it's going to be. I mean, do I have a defense person who I want to have Toxic in? I, I don't know. But it's fine. Like I have some space, it'll be okay. Provoke, again, I want to crank out the speed as much as I can because I want to place that. But there's sometimes it works out. Like here's a triple essentially in attack percentage. That's a lot. You know, um, it'd be cool if I got more, but I didn't. I'm okay hanging on to it. Retaliation's a tricky one because you need to get hit, and like here I got a speed with defense and HP. Like HP and defense, those are buddies. Those are best buddies. That's your neighbor growing up. You're always connected. So I'm okay with that. And even though it's a 5-star, I'm okay with that. Avenging sucks. I don't really like it. I do enjoy counterattack, but really, I'm not using this set. Like, it's borderline sellable. Reflex is fun. Um, like some pieces I just hang on to just to ramp up for artifact enhancement, for CVC time. Um, Cruel is a fun one. It's attack based, so I'm really wanting attack. I want those. I want those stats. Like here's a triple. Getting HP in there sucks because I could get crit rate or crit damage instead. That didn't happen. You know, this one sucks because really I'm attack based, and why do I want triple HP? Like, and the argument to that is sometimes your nukers do need HP, like for those longer battles. So I could hang on to this or I could sell it, but you know, I I don't have that many helmets, so I also got to worry about that too. Like here, I would definitely go with this more than anything else because at least I double an attack and crit rate, and it has attack. I do need accuracy on my stuff too, so that stuff I'll hang on to it. This got clicked through, so let me sell that. Here I'm looking for HP and speed. The 3% by each turn kind of sucks. That's not a lot. Um, Even if my Narcisse is at 100,000 HP, to only get 3,000 back, I'd much rather have a bigger attack or something like that. So like here I have speed, triple ack and an HP set. That's okay. Like it has HP percentage, so I'll hang on to it. But really, and like I'm really looking for speed and HP. Divine offense. This is just attack. Like okay, cool. I really don't hang on to too many of these. Like crit rate plus 12. Okay, it's attack based, so I want like better stuff. You know, like a double speed, a triple and crit damage. Okay, that I'll hang on to it. Here, I'm really looking for speed here. Speed and accuracy. Okay, really looking for speed just because again I want to go fast. I get an HP shield. All right, that can help me out. Swift parry, cranking out the damage and speed. You know, what's tricky about this is that you could be HP or defense, so you don't need to be attack. So I have attack here. Like this is a 5-star. I could do better. Resilience. I want that HP and damage. Like these, I'm thinking about for Duchess, for Siffy. I to crank out those tanky builds. Just to get more. This one really needs to get into double speed here, and it doesn't. So I'm gonna sell. Perception, attack, speed. Anybody could use this. So like really, I just need to have stats that matter. So basically, double accuracy or more would be really awesome. Because again, I want to maximize that bonus. Affinity breaker, the same thing as swift parry. Essentially, this goes through your damage. HP, defense, stuff like that. Like double crit rate, double crit damage, accuracy, and speed. This is a wonderful helmet that could work on anybody. I could change this with dust, but I really don't. But yeah, I mean, just a really good set, uh, especially if you're off affinity. With Hydra, for example, like this one, speed. Like I think this is just to round out the set, and those happen. Fatal attack, you know, crank it all out as much as you can. Like here's a double crit rate with speed. HP, like this is very borderline sellable. It does the crit rate. That's why I hung on to it. Again, with that little freeze thing, I want to make this as tanky as I can. Resistance is not beneficial because I want to block those debuffs, right? Um, or correction, I want resistance because I want to block those debuffs. So, uh, yeah, I I want that, especially against like Frostbiter in a pinch. So, yeah, as well as the 10% chance to place freeze, like that's big. You know, that can be really sneaky against Marius. You know, um, yeah, those triple hitters, you could land a freeze in the first hit. Their next two hits don't matter. You know, crit rate, 30%. Like here is basically a quad defense roll. That's not bad. Um, I just want damage because the healing here is what matters the most to me. And defense, cool. If I have dust, I'll make it better. But I don't, so I won't. Uh, Super tanky builds, Guardian. Like on that Fallmend, this could be in there. But really, not really. I crit rate with crit damage is neat. This was used as a broken piece, but I'm wanting to go HP and defense. Like if I'm absorbing damage, I want to make sure that my dudes can do that. Here we have crit rate and that ignore defense, so it's a savage. Uh, Crank out the damage, man. You're ignoring a quarter of their defense. You want to make sure that your shit goes through. So crank it up, you know. Um, Protection's always a fun one. I enjoy the broken stuff. Um, Even getting 3 pieces out here is fun, just to get the speed. Uh, 9 piece is awesome. Congratulations. You basically helped out your team. So Hydra, Chimera, um, yeah, Curse City, like huge. You know, Stone Skin, like there's a couple schools of thought here. You just like I have it on a Fittest here because I love my Fittest. Um, I have it on a Fittest just to get more HP out of them, but really to get the Stone Skin is there. Like I don't have anybody in 9 piece Stone Skin, just because I don't care. Like that's a whole lot of resistance, but I still need to build a shit ton of resistance. I mean, you see people with like 700 accuracy in live arena, and it's like, okay, cool, congratulations. I'm not gonna bother with resistance. Like here I'm at 292, and I'm not taking a Fittest in live arena, but like that still gets smoked. He's only at 134. Good for my good for my teams, but not for arena. Um, Again, I ramble. Apologies. Um, Kill stroke. You're getting crit damage and speed. So for my HP people, that's not bad. It has speed. The attack is a waste, but I it is what it is. So I'll hang on to it. Instinct. I want speed. Really, just speed. Um, as much as I can. This is crit damage. This is a really dumb piece. But I can't rework it because it has crit damage, so I'm left with it just to kind of complete a set. Yeah. Bolster's nice, man. To get that shield on everybody. So if you have a Mountain King who has stupid amount of HP, that's not bad. Um, on it just because 30% on everybody is huge, as well as the heal by 10%. That's awesome. So you want speed, you want HP. Um, yeah, like speed and HP is really what it's at, and that's fine. Impulse, it's speed as well as a chance. So the more speed, the better. Again, talking about attack. So I want crit rate, accuracy. I want to land my stuff and keep it going. Zeal is hard to get, but um, yeah, I want crit damage. I want speed. I see this as more attacky than anything else. Righteous, I don't use. Don't care. Supersonic, HP and speed. Like really, that's it. You know, if I could get 9 pieces on a Raka, that'd be sweet. Um, just just to crank out more. So here, on this misclick, speed and HP, fantastic. I'll take it. You know, I got crit damage gloves here. There's no speed, uh, but it has some attack and accuracy. Really, that's it. I could change this over to crit damage, but we'll see. Merciless, attack. I don't want any defense, really. I want to crank out as much attack as I can. 6 pieces, I'm basically ignoring a third of your defense. That's great. So, like, crit damage, attack, um, speed and crit damage are great. Not really going to hang on to it for HP nukers, obviously, because I'm missing out on attack. It's wasted on them, but it has to be really dependent. I really want that ignore defense. I don't think I have 9 piece merciless, but still cool to get that little relentless bonus there. So I'll hang on to dumb pieces. Like this one doesn't really amount to much, but it's speed and speed. So I'll hang on to that. Slayer, I don't have a lot of. I love it as a single piece, especially with the jewelry, but don't really have enough. But I give me all the attack stuff on there, as much as I can. Feral's a fun one. Accuracy, speed. I really want to crank that out. That's really it. Pinpoint accuracy and speed. Like, I don't mind putting this on a damage dealer, um, just because I get those bonuses too. You know, okay, cool. Give me 20 accuracy. Great, love it. You know, more. Um, Stone cleaver, attack. Essentially, it's much akin to to pinpoint. I want these on my damage dealers, but I don't really care too much, just because okay, more damage to stone skin, fine. Let me just clean that off. Put in Odin, put in Mikage, put in Arbe, and let me just wipe that off, so I don't have to deal with stone skin. And if I do, okay, I don't mind losing. Um, Rebirth, I don't have enough of, but I'm really cranking out whatever I can, because yeah, it helps, and it's such. I mean, these are all I got. I have not sold any, so yeah. So there's my ramblings on what I should do with extra energy, and I'm glad it went through. It went through a discussion of for 40 minutes now of minnow, of dungeon diving, of um, gear discussion, and that stuff. So yeah, that's me. Hi, I got the Raid ADHD going heavy today. But yeah, that's a quick video. I'm on Twitch. Find me, join me. I'm usually twitching in the mornings from like 6:30 in the morning to you know wherever the day takes us. Um, but yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you. Be kind to each other.